In this lesson, I'll show you what is the difference between the RAW and the JPEG files. Let's see what we have here. I'll switch to extra large icons and let's see on this picture. We have the two similar pictures. One is in camera RAW file format and another one is in JPEG. And let's compare them in AC/DC photo viewer. I'll click twice and as you can see, this is the JPEG file. It's really good quality picture. You can see a lot of details here. And now I'll switch to RAW file. This is the same picture but in CR2. This is the RAW file. And as you can see, there is no difference. Actually, they are just the same. The RAW and the JPEG. RAW and JPEG. You can't see any difference. But let's move to Lightroom and compare them inside Lightroom. When you open images inside Lightroom, you can see that Lightroom also treats these images as a separate photos. This is because I go to my preferences and I check this treat JPEG next to RAW as separate photos. And now I can see both pictures inside Lightroom. But let's compare them. This is the JPEG and this is the camera RAW. As you can see here inside Lightroom, JPEG looks really better than the RAW. It's more detailed, more contrasty and looks really better. And the RAW file look like really dull and not interesting, not so much contrast. But let's compare them in the develop module. I'll go to the develop or click the D button and this is my RAW image. Now let's add some contrast to this image. I'll just reset its preferences. Let's compare right now. This is with the default settings, the JPEG and the camera RAW. And let's create some light. I'll switch my exposure to +1. And now I switch back to JPEG file and let's do the same. Now I move here to +1 and let's compare now. As you can see in RAW files there's too many detail. There's a lot of detail out there. So if you want to work in Lightroom with pictures and your camera gives you an ability to shoot RAW, you should definitely use it because you will have much more wider spectrum of adjustments compared to JPEG. As you can see, RAW file after adjustments look much better and you can just make it brighter, darker, add some contrast, boost color and so on. But if you work with JPEG, you cannot do in such wide range of adjustments with JPEGs. So before you import, just consider that it's better to shoot RAW than JPEG. But if you have all your pictures just in JPEG, no worries, it will be also okay for you to work with JPEGs inside Lightroom. And in the next lesson, let's move to the import dialog and see how we can import photos inside Lightroom.